Hello, welcome again. My name is Frederic Samvoa, and I'm here to give you an update on the development of Ekival, which is a P2P decentralized non-custodial exchange on the Cardano network. From ekival.com, you can launch the app, and from here, you'll be able to access the marketplace. Here, you will be invited to connect your wallet. I'm going to refresh it because I've switched wallet. I'm going to sign out this one. Once you log in for the first time and you have not connected your wallet, you'll be presented with this list, which is in terms of currencies, the different offers that are available for you. What is the purpose of Ekival is for people to exchange tokens with fiat. So from here, you can connect your wallet. In this case, I have Cardano installed. Put in your password to connect. This is a token signing. There's no data. It's just basically to connect to the dApp. It's an authorization. It's usually how you do on dApps. Okay, so yeah, so unless you forget your wallet, your password, which seems to be the case for me, but we'll remember it shortly. Yes, so what you do, you send a payload and that connects you to the dApp. It's the way we connect on Cardano. And any wallet which is compatible will be shown and you'll be able to connect it as well. So from here, we can go to the dashboard. As the maker, you can create your own offer. So you're selling either Nigerian Naira. In this case, the highest offer was 650. I'm going to make another offer for 660, just a bit higher so that I can be higher in terms of the selling point. Deposit here it's lower given that I'm the one who is selling Ether. So how many will I be getting? Let's I have 1000 and okay, so I want to do 1000 Ether. And then from the 100,000 Ether, I should be able to get 640 Nigerian Naira. The minimum or the limit will be, let's say, from 100,000 Naira to the whole 640,000 Naira that I have. Where am I? I'm in Nigeria. And I'm going to add the payment method. In this case, I have cash is king in Africa, so we'll put in cash. I can start with my first name, Nigeria. Okay, I'll put in some random number. Don't know the postcode in Nigeria, but I will put in 32345 6. My email. And then, of course, I'm in Abuja in this case. Okay, so I've put in the cash and I can put in some remarks. We can select as meet at the market. Market with ID, please. As I put in the ID, I'll stipulate that I need to identify the receiver of the ADA. So I'll put in KYC required by me, not by Ekival itself. So I'll be the one checking your ID. Okay, so I validate that this is the amount. The minimum order will be 1,000 Naira to 640,000. Price 6640. I need KYC. It's in person. I confirm and publish. What we have here now is again, now we are sending 25 ADA. Again, the 25 ADA is only for avoiding spamming and unsolicited offers that are actually not backed. So we can reduce this to the minimum transaction fee, transaction ADA amount, which is 2 ADA, around 2 ADA. So we'll be reducing that, but it's just for us to process transactions. This is a basically a guarantee in terms of not spamming the the network. Okay, so once paid, okay, so which is always good to forget your password, but this time I think I remember it. It's good. So we can see that we had seen that there were a previous offer of what is it, Nigerian Naira. This is mine, the 640. So we can see that we are awaiting payment confirmation, which is basically that deposit of 25 ADA, which is on chain. We can check here. It's still not logged in, but we have the transaction ID here, and you can see in my wallet. If I like 21 seconds ago, this is the one. 25, so it will be soon be logged in. Not yet, but here we're waiting for payment confirmation. This is confirmed on chain, so I will be waiting for it to be validated the first time, and then you'll see that the status will change here. It's going to be published, but here we are still waiting for the on chain. Once we have an on chain validation of 4, we still have 0 confirmations, but once we have like 4 or 5 confirmations, assurance of a medium assurance, the Ekival that will be able to consider it published. So once I refresh here, I'm still awaiting payment confirmation, and after refresh here, we still have 0 confirmations, but we give it some time. This will be the only one transaction I'll be waiting for. The next one I'll be pausing this video, and then we'll be showing you once it has enough assurance for us to proceed, and I'll also be showing you the change in terms of status. Okay, so still not enough. We are waiting for the first transaction to have like at least like 5 confirmations. Pro is potentially slow today, but we can give it some time. This has been published 2 minutes ago. You can refresh here and see if the status has changed. Not yet. The same here, which is the same validation, so I'm waiting for it. There's still no confirmation, not enough confirmations, at least on pre-prod. However, I know that on chain my transaction has been sent, so we can go in and see if we have now enough confirmations. Still 0. Usually on pre-prod it's faster, so again that's the only one I'll be waiting for. But for the next one I'll be just pausing the video, and then I'll let you know when we have like enough assurance. Okay, so quite slow to do on pre-prod. So the idea also is for us to wait for the blockchain transaction. We have, of course, the UTXOs that are impacted. That's my balance, and then from it I'm sending 25 ADA to the smart contract address. There's now one confirmation. It is still low. However, before you interact, of course, with the network, once you want to connect, if you want to do what I'm doing now or locally on your side, remember you have to set on your Eternal wallet, you have to put your collateral within your Eternal wallet, which is done through the settings, and then through the settings you can set your collateral, and then you'll be able to interact with the smart contract. If not, then you won't be able to do this. So medium, which will be enough for us. So this status should change. I'm going to refresh. Yeah, published. So this is the one transaction we're waiting for. So that was me as the maker giving this this offer online. So this now can be taken on by someone else within the Ekival marketplace. So to do that, you have to go in, change your wallet. In this case, it's another person. I'm going to take the taker. And the taker will be the one now logging in on the DApp. Refreshing it. It gives me the option to connect my wallet again. Now I have the taker's wallet, and I'm going to go in and take. Okay, and tell me that I forgot my password again. No, this one is correct. So yeah, 33 ADA, 33,000 ADA. And from it I can go into the marketplace. I know the currency was in Nigerian Naira. Yes, as we know, there was already a person offering, which was an old me, offering it at 650. Now I'm offering it 640. That's why I'm higher, so I can buy this ADA. So I want to get a minimum of was it 6,400. Uh, ADA, so I'll get 98 ADA. Okay, so let me see, 64. Okay, perfect. So in this case, I'm going to block. I'm going to offer an amount of 100,000 Naira to get 155 ADA, which is the minimum amount of transaction the seller had posted. So we will be having a receive 155 ADA, the price of 640 Naira, a taker fee. In this case, I'll be paying the fee, and then a collateral. Again, this collateral is basically for us to make sure that people have funds to be able to proceed with the transactions. This collateral will also serve in case of a dispute with the maker. It's in person. I get here the details I put earlier as the maker. So first name Niagara, and then email, and then phone number, and then location. And then we can chat and then say, you know what, I would like to come and join you, and we will be able to proceed with the transaction. And then in this case, I'm ready. This is acceptable to me. I can send the trade request. Once I've sent in the trade request, I can wait now for the maker to accept this trade request. Okay, so now we can go back to the market. We will be able to go in, sign out as the taker, change the maker wallet. Again, this is a back and forth only because it is. Now we can refresh. Once we refresh, we'll be given the opportunity to connect the wallet. Yes. Eternal. That should have been another computer. Of course, you'll be able to kind of find yourself being ready with one wallet, so you always will be logging in once. And of course, in this case, I forgot my password. Okay, and I'm using two wallets, so they have just slightly different password. Perfect, that little slight change. So I can go now into my dashboard and see the trade, and then in my offers, we know these are the ones. My offers, I'm the one who is the maker. My orders will be in the case I'm a taker, so in this case I'm the maker. So it's published here, and we know there is also a an active which I should be getting the trade request, which are these ones. In this case, the orders that are live, because my offers is the main one. The orders is when somebody has basically proposed to interact. In this case, we're waiting for me to accept or reject the trade request. I've seen the person. So the person has proposed to give me 100,000 Naira, and I should exchange, provide them 155 ADA. If I accept the conditions that I set myself, accept this request, the pop-up will ask me to deposit the 155 ADA plus the 50 ADA deposit, the same as the person for the dispute in case of a dispute, and of course the fee which goes to which will be going to Ekival. Okay, so in this case we have 155 plus 50 and plus 0 point something for Ekival. We can sign. Once signed, then the transaction is submitted. Please wait for the transaction to be confirmed. We'll do the same. In this case, I can close here. And then we wait for the maker to accept trade request. Remember, I've already accepted it. My wallet has already sent the required amount, both for the 155 ADA, which is expected to be received by the buyer, the taker in this case, 50 for the deposit refundable. It's refundable, and also a token has been minted for the status of the transaction. So from here you can also go in and click on this button. It's not yet on chain, but again I'll pause this video and then we'll come back once it has been validated, but you'll see it is actually the same ID, and then I'll show you what's happening in terms of the token minting for the machine status. Okay, so welcome back. Now we do see that we have 4 confirmations, which will be enough for the on-chain validation. So 5, and then once we refresh this page, you see that awaiting maker accept trade will be confirmed to maker accepted trade request. And when you go into the transaction, you'll be looking into what the welcome back. So now we do have 5 confirmations, and with those we should be able to go in and find that now the maker accepted trade request change, the status has changed. We can also look into what is within this transaction to the UTXO. You will be able to see that, of course, there is a token that has been minted. This token, this is basically the same. The token name will be identical to your DEB2. You'll be able to go to this transaction here. This whole transaction here will be the token name, and that's how we'll be able to track it on chain. Okay, so now what I need to do is to change again back to the taker. In the case of 2 people, that will be 2 different wallets, so not much to do. I'll log out, I'll refresh, connect my wallet. You have to reconnect it, but if it's connected, you'll just refresh the page, you'll see. You'll be able to go into your dashboard and get the new updated status. So once you go into your dashboard, trade, my orders, seeing that the maker accepted trade request, which is the one for which will be now providing funds. So the maker accepted. Now we have to go and commit to the order. So basically now we have to commit to it, which means we will be engaging ourselves into this transaction. So we commit to the order. So from here, you cannot cancel it. So what you are doing again yourself, you are putting in the deposit, which is now 50 ADA for you. Again, remember before, the maker also had to put in the 155 ADA which you are buying, which I'm buying, and plus 50, which resulted into the 200 or so. In this case, the same. I'm putting in the 50 ADA plus the taker fee, which is the 50 ADA will be refunded, but for the taker fee will be shared between the Ekival and the network. Signing. Okay, so this transaction has been submitted. Awaiting taker commit order confirmation. So again, we go back to the blockchain, but we can see already from the wallet that the 54 that has been submitted. Again, I'll pause here and then but we can first go on chain and see if it's already logged. Not yet. So I'll pause here and then I'll refresh once we get a few confirmations. So welcome back. After a few minutes, we now have a medium confirmation assurance. So we have 4 of them, 5. Also, we can go in and refresh here. We're waiting for the taker commit order confirmation. Once we refresh, the taker has committed to the order. What does it mean to commit to an order? It means I've put in my deposit of 50 ADA. We're going to meet. I'll give you the cash. Was it 155,000 Naira? And then you'll give me the 155 ADA. Okay, so now that we know it has been validated, we can go into the contract again, the UTXO. We still know what this is the token. It's basically switched to the smart contract. However, I'd like to show you what happens in case of the datum. When you look into the datum for Ekival, these are all uh, elements of different smart contracts that are related to this smart contract. However, we can see that the uncommitted order is what the status is currently. However, we'll be soon know that it is committed once the maker validates that yes, I'm also going to receive the funding, and then once the funding has been received, then this is going to be a committed order. Okay, so let's go back here and then switch wallets. Maker, and out, refresh, connect the wallet. In your case, you'll stay connected, so you'll be able to log in your dashboard immediately. Sending back in as a maker. I'm gonna go into my dashboard, trade, my orders, and I can see that the taker has committed to the order. Now what I can do is to go in, and given that they committed to the order, they put in their deposits. We meet the person, in this case the taker hands me the 100,000 Naira, and I've already deposited my 155 ADA, so he knows that's the amount he'll be receiving, and I've already deposited my 50 ADA as a collateral, which is the 205 ADA you saw. And in this case, the delivery code is key. What we'll do is, now I'm the one who is receiving the 100,000 Naira. I can give him this password, which is the one they need, copy. I can type it in and send it to him, or we met and I give him this password. That's important because this is the delivery code is what I will be handing over once I receive the 100,000 Naira. Okay, so once I do here, I'll go in and give him this code, switch to wallet, we sign out. I did copy it, and then we can switch to the taker. Again, in our case, we will have been able to just paste it because we got it from the maker, but I'm using the same laptop, so it's still on my clipboard. I'm logging into the taker's profile, trade orders. This is the one to which I committed. I handed over the 100,000 naira. I received the delivery code, which I have to paste, and then I can put in my transaction IDs in case I gave out a mobile money transaction instead or some other bank transfer, but it's cash or validated cash. But we also will integrate mobile money, but in this case I could have a transaction ID. Anything will do here. Not important in this case because it's cash, so assume we get 100 out cash and confirm. I'm confirming that I did hand over the funding, and the proof is the delivery code I received from the maker, because without the maker handing it over, I would not have guessed it. So that's why I had to go into the maker's profile and copy it. And I got it. Now we know that it's waiting for the taker to confirm remit order, which means we sent out the funding, and I know I paid a little 051 ADA for this transaction. Refresh. Now waiting for that on chain. We'll wait. I'll pause again the video, and then we'll be able to see what happens once that is validated. Because now it's a committed order, we know, and now we're going to validate that indeed it is a committed order. So welcome back. We now have 5 confirmations, still 5. However, we know that once we go in, did I change? Well, was the taker, so now I have to be the maker. Remember, the taker received the delivery code from the maker. They put in that code on chain for the validation. Now the maker has to go in and confirm that they received the 100,000 naira. And connect my wallet as a maker. Again, it's different people, different wallets, so they will be able to just log in into their dashboards. Now I'm logged in as the maker. I'm going to my dashboard, my active orders. The taker confirm remit order. He did confirm the remit, and now we can go in and refresh. Given that the taker is confirmed, now we have to complete the order. So now we have to confirm the receipt as the maker. We know, the two of you, me, the maker, and the taker, we know I got the 100,000 naira. However, on chain, the smart contract does not yet know because I have not yet validated it. I know the smart contract knows that I've given it a transaction ID. We did meet. However, I need to confirm myself that I received the funding. So we did complete the transaction ID from the taker. Complete, yes, I received payment. So once I receive, you see, now I'm getting back my 50 ADA deposit because there's no dispute, everything went smoothly. So I have to recover this deposit, minus of course the transaction fee, which is a few lovelaces. Transaction submitted. Please wait for transaction to be confirmed. I'm waiting for the maker to confirm receipt. So we'll go again and check on my wallet. I did receive the 49 ADA, which is pending. However, it's coming from the smart contract, so it's going to be validated. It's coming through. And I can go again the same here through this icon, the transaction, you can go to the on-chain and check the transaction. Not yet validated. I'm going to go in and pause the video until this transaction is validated online on-chain. So welcome back. We see the transaction. We're continuing to get some confirmations. While we wait, I'll go into the UTXO. You know that we're going to get from these addresses the smart contract and then the UTXO currently on chain, which is basically the smart contract, which this one, now we have remit confirmed. The remit confirmed means the maker has confirmed that they received their cash. Now the status on chain has been validated, has been changed, updated. Now we can go in and I can go and change to the taker. And out as a maker. Connect my wallet as a taker. We know now is the last stage of the transaction. As you can count, we had 4 steps. Usually for the maker were 2, for the taker for the maker were 3, and then for the taker were like 3 steps. So now we know, we go back again to dashboard, my trade, my orders. The order has been completed. Now it has been completed by the maker. He's satisfied, he's logged out, he's received his deposit. However, now I need to get the ADA, which is locked on the smart contract, which I should get the 155 ADA plus my 50 ADA collateral minus the fees. Okay, so now I can transaction completed, and then that is what you can see on the wallet, the 205 ADA plus the burn of the token. And now when you go into the confirmation, you can see in terms of history, the order has been completed. The history is still not yet validated because on-chain again, that transaction has to be validated. However, it's going to appear into my completed transactions. Actually, this is the same one. Yes, this is the one, the 45 DC8. Yeah, it's now in my history. This is the one. Yeah. So in my history, the details are here. So we did get the taker to receive how many ADA was it? 155 ADA in the wallet, and then he handed out in fiat 100,000 Naira. Here it's in Lovelace, so 155 ADA. We'll be changing here into Lovelace instead, or just resume to 155 ADA. A little typo in terms of overview. However, this is the transaction in general, and these are the different blockchain transactions we went through. So as you saw, the maker did accept the order, the taker as well accepted afterwards, and the taker committed and confirmed the remit, the maker confirmed the receipt, and then the last transaction, which is this one, which is the one basically we're able to get everything out of the smart contract and into my wallet as the taker. So that's done, and then once we go, we can go again in the market. This transaction in Naira again, the person still has as the taker. I can go in again and see that he had 1000 ADA available. Now the maker only is remaining 845 ADA available. I can go in again and buy more ADA with again a minimum of 100,000 Naira up to the whole 640 Naira. Thank you very much. So this is the loop for the Ekival. Everything is closed. Now everybody received their funding. I got my 200 ADA as a taker, which is the 155 ADA bought plus the 50 deposit. And the maker also received the 100,000 Naira. So that is Ekival. And I invite you to test with friends or yourself. And if you have any question, reach out and we'll be able to provide you more details about the further steps.